So we're just going to go through the first move of the hypno qigong 8 blockade sequence. So basically just working with the hypnotherapy breath. Obviously the qigong breathing is exactly the same. You breathe into the belly like a balloon, but you're just going to elongate the exhale all the way through. So I'm going to show the sort of traditional way to do it, and then going to just take it into that hypnotherapy breath. So you just elongate the out breath. So you just get used to that. So the first one's called Separate the Heavens. Nice. This one's linked to the triple heaters. Basically, the triple heaters in Chinese medicine are believed to be like the immune system meridian. I won't go into detail where they are, from the fingers to the hands, wherever they go. I mean, again, this finger goes from this finger here, goes all the way up onto the cheekbone there, goes around a bit. That's a very rough idea, but again, you don't have to know that. Just going to go, because you'll get the benefits. Basically, every organ is going to be benefited with the breath, the motion, the movement. We're just bringing in the hypnotherapic breath to bring in the subconscious part of the mind. The subconscious or your unconscious really helps if you encourage that side of the mind. That really helps to deal with all the things you don't think about: sleep, digestion, rest, relaxation, all that sort of stuff. That all basically works in a more beneficial way. Even just working with the breath will do that. As you're doing this, you're thinking of the spine sort of raising out of the pelvis pretty much, just thinking tall and lengthen up for the crown. Okay, if there's a puppet string hook or brace on your head, we start with the breathing. So again, generally you start right hand over for left for men, left hand over right for women. Just to start, focusing on the dantian, 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. The dantian, the hara in Japanese, Swadhisthana in Indian yoga, it's all the same thing. Basically it's just an area to focus on, 2 inches below navel, 2 inches in. You can even think of a little ball of light in there, if you like, 2 inches below the navel, 2 inches in, or just take your mind down to that area, whatever suits you. There's no one specific way of doing that. And again, this area here is on the dantian, and you just put your mind there. You're going to breathe into the belly like a balloon and exhale, let go. Breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips, and just simply start with that. Start with the breath within the breath. As Kabir says, the breath within the breath is our connection to source. Breathing through the nose, fill up the belly like a balloon, and exhale, let go. If you can bring your mind down to that dantian, the dantian is basically here where the hand is, Laogong there, the palm, and just do that for a while, and then we're going to link it to motion. So stand how you like, nice simple one. Again, just a hand motion really. This is just clasping the hands or having the hands here, whatever you like. Okay, again, you can have them like this or like this. You're going to breathe in, come up till you get, say, near the forehead or just above the collarbone, and then you're going to push up. Okay, all in the in-breath, and then you push away the walls, Samson style, for this stretch, little pinkies, little fingers, and come back. Again, that will open out the heart meridians there, for the little finger of the heart, but again, it opens out the chest, puts the shoulders in the right position, allows them shoulder blades to slide around the rib cage. It's like magnets slide around the fridge. Just do a copy of that movement just enough. So from here, breathing in, coming up, collarbone to forehead level, you change. And you push away the walls, Samson style. Exhaling down, breathing in, coming up basically. So I'm going to do that so you can hear the breath. Everything's soft, soft knees, feet slightly wider than hip width apart, or less or more. Again, just feet rooted in towards the floor. Breathing in, coming up, and exhaling down. Now again, you're going to elongate the out breath for as long as you like. That's the traditional way, but we're going to do it slightly different. We're going to elongate the out breath as long as you like. Quadruple it, double it, triple it, whatever you like. You can start with that now. Breathe in through the nose, fill up the belly like a balloon, and exhale, let go for as long as you like. Okay, see how long you can make the out breath go longer than the in breath. The in breath's conscious thought, the out breath's subconscious thought. So by extending the out breath longer than the in breath, you're encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation. Quadruple it, double it, triple it, the out breath. Don't force anything, just make it longer than the in breath. Again, it might be in for 7, out for 11, roughly, or less than that. It could be in for 4 and out for longer. Again, you don't have to count it, just make the out breath longer than the in breath. Allow that simplicity to relax the mind. As we link that to motion, we're going to breathe in Sangil, push away the ceiling, and exhale. This time we're going to exhale down so the hands come shoulder level or slightly lower. If you're having trouble with the shoulders, they want to come up round here, and most of us they do. So I'll have mine slightly lower. And just keep on exhaling for as long as you like. And when you get to the end, that space at the end of the breath, that's where you take the hands down, ready to start again. So again, breathing coming up. This is where it changes on the descending down. We exhale down, hands in line with shoulders. And we stay there. Again, when you get to the end, that space at the end of the breath, I'll finish there. I drop in that space at the end of the breath, ready to go again. Okay, so it's a little bit of timing with that, but exhale for as long as you like. In line with shoulders. These are coming up a little bit. Hands below shoulders. Then that space at the end of the breath, that's where you drop the hands. And keep on delving into them spaces. Even bigger space at the top. So as you go on, you get more used to the breath. You breathe in. There'll be space at the top where you release the hands. And then you exhale down, descending down on the motion down. Hands come where they're going to come. Shoulders down, carry on that exhale without forcing anything. Space at the end of the breath, you drop the hands. So with that, you're elongating the out breath and you're focusing on the spaces at the end and the beginning of the breath. You'll find after a while you'll have spaces beyond the spaces, okay, and you'll just tap into them spaces at will. And as you delve into them spaces, the mind becomes even more relaxed. But elongate the out breath. Again, it might be a second or two longer than the in breath, you know, or more than that. As long as you're not forcing anything, find your count. Make it as easy or as hard as you like, or the speed and the tempo. And again, as you're doing that, just imagine your spine just lifting out of your pelvis. Okay, shoulders down. Lovely. So that was number 1. Of the hypno qigong sequence, 8 brocades. What number 2? Raising the hands to condition the stomach and spleen. Next, but that was number 1. Lovely. Bang.